Our reporter Tondani Takalani. Tondani, what is happening on the ground now? I see a number of people running across the road, some still carrying their loot.
So after over an hour of uninterrupted looting, I see a group of army officers have just arrived coming along down First Avenue. So, you know, all the hundreds of people who had gathered here, taking things from several supermarkets, they managed to break open a storage facility, taking groceries and everything they could find in there, are now scattered, running on the opposite direction to the one from which the army is coming. Important to note is that, you know, they are carrying rifles, which supposedly, I can only assume that are carrying, you know, live rounds. But they're making their way towards the protesters who are now running on the opposite direction. It does seem that they're going to catch some of the looters who are still trapped in the storage facilities.
I must say, Tondani, a very different reaction.
It's also important to note that I don't see them, coming along.
Please go ahead, Tondani.
It is a different reaction. I must add that I don't see them being escorted by the police. So I must say that I don't see them being escorted by the police. It's just, a large, I see more of them are coming. I'm talking about army officials. More of them are coming along First Avenue. But like I said, I don't see them being escorted by the police. I'm just going to try and catch up with some of them. On the other side, along the Pan Africa shopping center, which is all by, which has been looted for hours since morning now, people are trying to now escape to the other side. So what you're looking at now, the army are really just trying to get all of these people from the scene. No arrests have been made, so far.
I must note, Tondani, that the reaction that the SANDF
and in a matter of minutes
is receiving is very different from the way that the SAPS was being treated a bit earlier on, seeing people actually running away and seeing the streets now practically empty.
Certainly, there seems to be a lot more, lack of a better word, respect for the SANDF officials as opposed to the one afforded to the police. I mean, just a mere sight of these people and everyone who was looting has scattered. All of those people who had gathered here, no one in sight right now. And you ask yourself, where have they went to? So more of them are running towards their dwellings, and the police are just trying to run behind them. But obviously they haven't made any arrests as yet. So, Tammy, you're looking at visuals of them getting inside one of the storage facilities where they expect to find more looters. In fact, I see another person is still taking some of the stuff they took. Gunshots are now ringing in the air. It's warning shots from the SANDF. And like I mentioned earlier, they are using live rounds. Although they are not shooting towards any of the protesters, really. So we're just waiting to see what comes out of this particular building. A few of the army officials have went in hopes of finding those who were taking stuff from the supermarket a little earlier on. So the SANDF coming to the rescue over an hour after we've arrived on scene, where, you know, scores of looters helped themselves to anything they could find inside of those storage areas. So on the other side, we are seeing shop owners trying to remove the little that's left from some of their stores. I'm guessing now they're going to do this with support from the army. You know, they are loading onto the trucks what's left in their businesses. So now we're going to go try and follow these officials to the other side, see what happens there. But largely, you know, the large crowd that had gathered has now scattered into, you know, different directions. You know, only a few taxi drivers are standing along the street right now. Very few people are still running. Most of those who made away with goods have already disappeared into the unknown, really. You know, as you can see in that shot, that's what's left of what happened earlier on today. But I suppose the presence of the army is too little too late. The damage that's done here is untold, really. You know, you can only estimate that it's going to be in the hundreds of millions. And in a matter of minutes, you know, the volatile scenes that we had witnessed earlier have all but dissipated right in front of our eyes. There's no telling if